What's going on, guys? Welcome on back to Second and Short. My name is Tyler Lauder, and we're going to have another new additions episode dropping right now where we're going to talk about Curtis Samuel, the wide receiver going from the Carolina Panthers to the Washington football team. Now, a little bit about Curtis Samuel, if you've been living under a rock, is his background here. Back in 2017, he was drafted in the second round to the Carolina Panthers by way of Ohio State. He was a wide receiver and running back at Ohio State, and he's one of those guys that got off to a slow start to his career. You know, he really was hurt his rookie year, and I feel like every year, as you see his look at statistics, and he also, if you've watched him play, his play gets better. His statistics get better. His catches, his targets, his yards, everything gets better. He also leads all wide receivers in rushing yards since 2017 as well. Now, onto his contract. After playing out his entire rookie deal with Carolina, he entered this offseason as one of the top 10 wide receivers in this loaded class. For me, Curtis Samuel went to the best spot after the quarterback went there too, where he gets to move up role-wise, but he doesn't have to be the number one guy, and he made bank. Now, looking at his contract, it's a 3-year deal worth just under $35 million. $23 million of that is guaranteed. Now, that's securing your bag right there. And on top of that, he's not even getting paid to be the number one guy. He's getting paid to be the number 2 guy next to Scary Terry, who also comes by way of Ohio State. Curtis Samuel is going to feast in this offense with great protection. We'll give Fitzpatrick time. With time, we'll have great delivery. With great delivery, it's going to have him being able to deliver yards after the catch, which is something that he is very good at. And he's going to make a lot of big plays. And this isn't even like speaking from like a fantasy football aspect. This is just purely NFL. He's going to look fantastic next year in Washington. Now, Curtis Samuel is a very versatile player. He spent a good amount of time playing on the outside for Carolina until he developed a nice slot receiver role. When they had guys like DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson there, when they had other guys taking away attention, he was able to work the slot and do really well with it. Him being in the slot, playing so close to the line, allows him to also substitute in, rotate through, audible through, and get pulled back to be a running back at times where he can spell and, get those quick reverses off as well. And now with the addition of a guy that is like pretty much a slot wide receiver in Adam Humphries, you would think that maybe Curtis Samuel was going to get stuck on the outside. But I think Washington is the type of team, Ron Rivera, who knows Curtis Samuel, kind of know the reason why he's there, that they are going to be able to work Samuel in on multiple layers. Inside, outside, it doesn't matter. Backfield, he's one of those guys that's a gadget guy, but at the highest level, he's going to get you yards no matter where he's at. Like, I truly believe Ron Rivera running this team, offensive coordinator Scott Turner is going to be able to use all these weapons, and Washington's going to look dangerous offensively in 2021. Now, his explosiveness off the line and his ability to create separation about 5-10 yards down the field is something that the Washington football team needs badly. They were in like the bottom 5 of the NFL for receptions 15 yards or more. Being able to create that separation, being able to get down deep, being able to make those big open field plays is something that works well with Fitzpatrick and his throwing style of, being able to air it out at any time and just have these straight bombs. But Curtis Samuel's playmaking ability is going to open up Washington's offense completely. Now let's talk about his impact. Stability, versatility, explosiveness. We already said all these things. But he also brings in the ability to give Washington a really good trio of wide receivers that they haven't had in the longest time. I mean, for as long as I can remember, Washington's always been known as a team that has like one really good receiver. And they have some competent receivers outside of that can help provide some, assistance, but really nothing that's a dominant 2 type. And now getting in Curtis Samuel as the number 2 to Terry McLaurin and Adam Humphries there as well, we're going to talk about him a little bit. It makes this wide receiving core moving from the bottom tier of the NFL to a legitimate wide receiving core. And due to that, all this ability that they have and Curtis Samuel's versatility, it is going to make Washington the biggest threat in the NFC East come 2021. Long-term, what this does, it really allows Washington to be flexible in the draft because of the fact that we know that Antonio Gibson is the lead back. J.D. McKissic is a guy that can catch the ball. But now they can also bring Curtis Samuel. They don't really need to go that deep at running back. In the draft, they don't got to find those late filler guys. Curtis Samuel's really good at playing outside, but he can play in the slot as well, which means you don't really need to find that receiver. Honestly, it's going to allow Washington to build around, get a younger, better quarterback going forward, keep establishing that offensive line, maybe get younger at tight end, and kind of establish those holes they got on defense to make that defense go from top 5, top 8 to the best defense in the NFL. Season predictions. I think Curtis Samuel is going to have another fantastic year. I see him getting north of 80 targets. I see him getting north of 65 receptions. And I see him getting north of 900 yards. Like, I think he could really, truly eclipse 1,000 yards this season. And he's probably going to snag in about 4 or 5 touchdowns as well. And that is going to do it for us here on Second and Short in this episode, new editions version of Curtis Samuel going to the Washington football team. Be sure to leave a like down below to let us know that you're interested in this video, and we can keep making more content like this for you fans of the NFL. Make sure you subscribe below so you can stay updated on everything we got going on over here on YouTube. Remember, we're posting videos every Tuesday, every Saturday here on YouTube. We also have a podcast that drops. Right now we're doing fantasy football, dynasty football. It's called The Cheap Seats. Every Thursday we drop it on all audio platforms, sometimes here on YouTube as well. And also, daily content on TikTok, daily questions and polls on Twitter, updates all over the place on Facebook, and some graphics throughout the week on Instagram. Thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you guys in the next New Editions episode